Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are fine and staying safe. So in the previous video you have studied about the speed, velocity and uniform motion and the non-uniform motion. So in today's video we're going to study the acceleration and also a little recap of the previous video. Okay, those who have doubts, so that will be cleared by this video. Okay, so let's start. So in the previous video you have studied about the speed. So basically what is the speed? The rate of a change of a motion. Okay, when an object changes with respect to time. The rate means always with respect to time. So that means if an object covers some distance with respect to time, that is your speed. Okay, so that means speed is the distance traveled by an object per unit time. Means in a given period of a time, suppose in 1 second, how much the distance of an object covered, that is your speed. So the SI unit of a speed is meter per second, because distance is meter. We always calculate the distance in meter. SI unit of distance is meter and the SI unit of time is second. So the SI unit of speed will become meter per second. We can write in this way: meter per second slash or ms minus 1. If you are not using slash, then it has to be minus 1 raised to the power of s. Clear? That is your speed, and it is your scalar quantity. It is your scalar quantity. Why? Because there is no direction mentioned, because of the distance. They are not talking about the displacement. So that means the speed is your scalar quantity. Then the average speed also you have studied. Okay, let's look into this definition. The average speed basically it is the total distance traveled by total time taken. Means suppose when you come to the school, suppose when we travel from one place to another, it is not obvious that the speed will remain same. That means the distance which we cover in 1 hour, suppose the total journey is of 5 hours. That doesn't mean that in the first hours or in the second hour, in the third hour, the distance covered by an object will be same. So in that case, the speed will not be same throughout, but we have to tell the speed of an object for a particular journey. So in that case, what we do, we say that total distance traveled by an object upon total time. Suppose a train started from point A and going towards point B and took 5 hours. Okay, and the total distance covered is 200. So 200 by 5 is your 40 meter per second. That doesn't mean that the train traveled 40 meter per second at every second. Sometimes the train was traveling fast, sometimes it can travel less, but overall the speed is coming your 40 meter per second. So in that case, we use the average speed, the total distance traveled upon total time taken. But in a common sense, when we are using the word speed in this book, textbook, that means they are talking about the average speed. Clear? The next one is the velocity. So what is the difference between the velocity and the speed? You have seen this speed and velocity, okay, many times. So, but what is the difference? Basically, when an object speed, if a speed of an object in a definite direction, means when an object travels in a particular direction, okay, then that is a velocity. Means if I am specifying that a train is traveling with 80 km per hour in that particular direction, that means I am talking about velocity. If I am just specifying that it is traveling 80 km per hour, that is a speed. But when it is specified with the direction also, then it is a velocity. Since it is specifying the direction, that means it will be your vector quantity specifying the direction, and SI unit of the velocity will remain same, meter per second, because it is the total distance or displacement upon time. That means meter per second or ms minus 1. Clear? Now the average velocity. Since we have studied average speed, so there should be a term also average velocity. The average velocity is calculated in the same way we calculate average speed. In which case we calculate in the same way when the distance traveled by an object is variable. Variable means suppose in first hour is your distance traveled is 50 km. In second hour the distance traveled is 70 km. Third hour the distance traveled is suppose 20 km. So the distance, the speed or the distance covering by an object is not same in every hour. So in that case, the average velocity is calculated in the same way average speed. But there might be a case when objects are the speed or the velocity of an object is increasing with equal amount. Suppose in first second 5 covering 5 meter. In the second case, it is covering 10 meter. Then in the third, it is covering 15 meter. So in that case, what we'll do, how we'll calculate the average velocity, but just we'll add the first velocity, in first second velocity, that is your initial velocity, and the final velocity, and that divided by 2. So in that case, we'll get an arithmetic mean of the initial and the final velocity. Clear? Now we'll move on to the next topic. You have studied the uniform motion. Okay, uniform motion is what? When an object covers equal distance in equal interval time. Means when an object moves in such a way that it's covering equal distance in equal interval of time, that type of motion is said to be uniform motion. Like an object covers 5 meter in first second, again 5 meter in second second, again 5 meter in third second, and so on. Means in every second or after every second, the distance cover is 5 meter. That type of motion is known as uniform motion. Okay, this is the example which I made randomly, but from day to day life you can see also, like rotation of the earth, that every day it is 24 hours a day. Means the earth takes how much time to complete a one particular rotation? That means 24 hours. Similarly, the revolution around the sun means 365 days. That is fixed. Means covering equal distance in equal interval of time. That means in 1 year, in 365 days, one complete round. That is a uniform motion. Non-uniform motion means when object covers unequal distance. Means the distance covered by an object is unequal in the equal interval of times. The times interval remains same because the intervals we can choose. Okay, we can choose the interval. We can break the time intervals by our convenience. But the unequal distance, okay, like suppose an object covers 5 meter in first second, then 6 meter in the second second, and then 4 meter in the third second. So that means the distance covered by an object is not same, not constant in every second. 5 meter first, then 6 meter in second, and then the 4 meter in the third. So such type of motion is your non-uniform motion. Clear? So whenever you draw the graph, you will see that when you draw for a uniform motion, you will always get a straight line like this. Okay, we'll study this in detail when we do the graphs. But this is just for your help. And when we draw the non-uniform motion, the graph is always a curved line. This you have studied in class 8th also, in the graph chapter, the linear graph and the non-linear graph. Okay, this is the linear one. That means uniform one. This is the non-uniform one. Clear? Now we'll move on to the next topic. That is a acceleration. So acceleration is what? The rate of change of velocity. Means how the velocity is changing with time. Okay, how the velocity, rate means time. Like the speed was rate of change of motion or distance. Means how the object is distance changing with respect to time. So but here the acceleration is what? Change in the velocity upon time taken. The rate of change means we can simply write the rate of change, or we can say that the change of velocity with respect to time. So change in velocity upon time taken. You have, like in the every vehicle you have an accelerator. Basically accelerator purpose is to accelerate. Okay, the purpose of the accelerator is to accelerate, basically to increase. Clear? So if the acceleration is there, the change in velocity is there. So that means there will be first initial velocity, means before doing the acceleration, before increasing the velocity, that velocity is known as initial velocity. After increasing the velocity, what we will get? The final velocity, that is represented by v. And the time means in a what time it have taken to increase from u to v, that is the time. So that means how we can find out acceleration? Acceleration is find out by the formula v minus u upon t. V minus u upon t. That means suppose the initial velocity is your 5 and 5 meter per second, and final velocity is suppose your 12 meter per second. Clear? 12 meter per second, and time taken is suppose your 2 seconds. So that means 12 minus 5 upon 2, that is 7 by 2, that means 3.5. That means 3.5 meter per second square. We'll discuss the units also. That means the acceleration is 3.5 meter per second square. That means 3.5 meter second is increasing. The velocity is increasing by 3.5. So formula is v minus u upon t. So since this whole is representing your velocity, so the unit of velocity is meter per second, and this is time, that means second. So the SI unit will become meter per second square. So velocity speed unit was meter per second, but for the acceleration is meter per second square, or ms minus 2. Clear? Now since it depends on the velocity, since acceleration is depending upon the change in velocity, so it is also a vector quantity, because velocity is a vector quantity. Clear? Now in the acceleration, you will see that we'll discuss the accelerated motion. Okay, acceleration you studied. Basically, accelerated motion is what? When the velocity increases. When the velocity of an object increases with time, means when an object velocity increases, like from 5, then 10, then 15, the velocity increases. Such type of motion is known as accelerated motion. Such type of motion is known as accelerated motion. It is not obvious that the speed always increases. Sometimes it can decrease also, like suppose in the case of applying the brakes. So first we discuss the accelerated motion. When means when an object speed increases with time, that is accelerated motion, like a free falling object. This is very important term, free falling object, because this term we're going to discuss in detail in the chapter gravitation. Basically, free falling object means when objects fall freely under the effect of gravity. Okay, means when we drop any object from a particular height, suppose an object is kept at a height and then it is dropped, it is coming down. So you see that its velocity always increases. Means here the velocity is 0 because we are holding, and after 1 second 5, then 10, 15, 20, and when it is just about to touch the ground, its speed will be, or velocity will be maximum. That means speed is increasing. So that is a free falling object. Always the speed increases with the time. Walking or moving down the hill means when we are walking or coming down from a hill, you will see that our velocity keep on increasing. That is a accelerated motion. The opposite of the accelerated motion is the deceleration. Deceleration means obviously the decrease in the velocity. The retardation, which can be represented by the symbol -a. Okay. So definition will be when object moves in such a way that its velocity gradually decreases, means the velocity decreases, then it is said to be state of retardation. Then the object is said to be in a state of retardation. In that case, the initial velocity will be more than the final velocity, because initially the speed is suppose 20, but after 2 seconds the speed is 15. That means speed decreases. That means in that case the initial will be more, final will be less. Since the formula is v minus u by t, that means this will be smaller and this will be bigger. So overall answer will come in negative. So that means deceleration is always negative. Examples: applying of brakes in a moving car. When we apply the brakes, what happens? Suppose this car is traveling with 20 km per hour. Suddenly some objects comes in front of the car. We apply the brakes, the speed decreases. That means deceleration. Or moving up the hill. Suppose you are moving up the hill. What happened? Your speed gradually decreases. Clear? So we have discussed the accelerated motion where the speed increases or velocity increases with time. Deceleration where the speed or velocity decreases. Now the zero acceleration. Zero acceleration, basically there will be no acceleration. Whatever the speed was there in the first second, it will remain same after the second second, okay, or after certain time. So in that case, the acceleration is zero. Suppose if an object is moving with uniform velocity. Uniform word means the constant velocity. The uniform can also means constant velocity. Suppose then its acceleration is zero. Example: suppose the speed is 5 meter per second in first second. After first second, again 5 meter per second after second second, means after the second second the speed remains same. That means there will be no acceleration. So that means it is a zero acceleration. Clear? Now the last two topics we will discuss. First I will give the examples, then I will come to the definition. With the example it will be more clear to you. Now we will discuss the case. Suppose velocity of an object after the first second is 5 meter per second. Okay, means after the first second the velocity is 5 meter per second. After the second second its velocity is 10 meter per second. Means from 5 it becomes 10. What is the difference? 1 second. Then after the third second its velocity increases 15. Means from 5 then it becomes 10, then it becomes 15. So what means after the first second it is 5, after second second it is your 10, then after the third second it is 15. So what you have observed that from 15, 10, from 5, 10 and 15 the change is same. Like how much changed? 5. How much changed? 5. So that means velocity is increasing equally. Means after every second the constant increase is there. Means there will be a constant increase. Like means from 5 it is becoming 10, 15, then it will become 20. And in what? In equal interval of time. Means after every second the We can take suppose after 2 seconds also, means suppose in the after first 2 second 5, then after the 4 second 10, then after the 6 second 15, or maybe 1 second also. But what is happening? The velocity is increasing equally, okay, in equal interval of times. Similarly, suppose the speed was 50 meter per second, then it came to 40, then it came to 30. What is happening? The velocity is decreasing equally in equal interval of times. Clear? So such types of motion is said to be uniform acceleration motion. Such types of motion is said to be uniform acceleration motion. That means this one and this one. So means what? Now listen carefully to the definition. Means when an object velocity increases or decreases, when an object velocity increases or decreases equally in equal interval of time, then it is said to be uniform acceleration motion. Means the constant increase is taking place in equal interval of time. Clear? Now this is just the opposite of the above one. Suppose in the first second the speed is 5, then in the second second it is 10, but in the third second it is 12. So increase is how much? 5, but the increase here is 12. That means what happened? The unequal increase is there. The increase is there. That means this is an accelerated motion, because the accelerated motion means what? When the velocity increases. But what kind of a increase is there? Unequal increase. Clear? The increase is not equally. 5 meter per second is increasing, but here 2 meter per second is increasing. Similarly, if you see in the case of decrease, 60, then 55, then 40, means the decrease is 5, but here the decrease is 15, means unequal decrease is there in equal interval of time. Means after every second the speed is decreasing, but it is not decreasing by equal amount. So such type of motion is said to be non-uniform motion. It is said to be non-uniform acceleration motion. Clear? We said non-uniform acceleration motion, because the decrease is or increase is unequal. So similarly, if we draw the graph for this, for the uniform acceleration motion it will come like this, for non-uniform motion it will come like this. Clear? The word acceleration will remain same whether it is a case of decrease or increase, because sometimes we do not specify the word deacceleration. Okay, we just simply write acceleration in both the cases. However, if the answer comes in negative, then automatically it will be understandable that it is your deacceleration. Clear? So here we end our topic of the class today. That means we have studied today the recap of the speed, velocity, then average speed, average velocity. We studied uniform motion, non-uniform motion, and then the acceleration. In the acceleration, we studied the accelerated motion, deaccelerated motion, then the zero acceleration where there will be no increase in the speed, and then the two types of the other motions, that is uniform acceleration motion and non-uniform acceleration motion. So till then, take care. We'll meet in the next video. Bye.